Should I prep it? And with me today I have Deepak Margaonkar. Deepak has over 25 years of extensive experience in various SAP solutions starting from the old SAP R2 days. He's one of the leading SAP technologists recognized in the industry and still managing to work with SAP clients all around the globe to design and implement complex, large-scale, high-available enterprise architecture. He has personally consulted to over 100 SAP clients. So today we are here to talk about blockchains and Internet of Things, where Deepak would be sharing some of his ideas and his real-time industry experience. So having said that, Deepak, welcome, and I would pass it on to you to let our audiences know about your experience with blockchain and Internet of Things.
Yeah, thank you, Akshay. Hello, everyone. Without any ado, I will just start with what are the things that we are going to talk about. First, we will start about with what are blockchains, what are Internet of Things, and how are they interrelated, and I'll give you an overview of some of the projects that we have done so that you can get an idea of what kind of infrastructure we have put together for the Internet of Things. It is estimated that by 2020, leading research firms have said that over 20 billion devices that are internet connected are going to be on this planet, which means that the internet connected devices will exceed the human population put all together. So that being said, this is a huge advent, and I think we are all part of it. So let me start with what are blockchains and what is Internet of Things and how are the two related. So blockchains essentially it's a large network of distributed databases, and it is interconnected um, to do or to commit transactions in and across the distributed databases, which is called also a distributed ledger, or it can be called as a simple chain. That's essentially what a blockchain is. Internet of Things is anything that is having an on and off switch can be interconnected. Now, be it a cell phone, be it your refrigerator, be it your um, any device that has an on-off switch, your washing machines, your fans, your lamps, everything can be part of this Internet of Things. So anything else that you can think of, you can think of airplane and its components. You can think about all the things that go into drilling. Everything is Internet of Things. So anything that is a on-off switch, which is connected to the internet, can be part of Internet of Things. One of the things that I would like to state is every enterprise has to go through this revolution of using blockchains and Internet of Things as part of their solutions, because that is very, very crucial to get in what we term as the age of disruption. So that is the age we are actually talking about, and in this age, all these technologies are collaborating each other, and the technology that helps collaborate each other is essentially is the blockchain and the Internet of Things technology. They are complementary technologies, and in fact, I would go to the extent of saying that the blockchain technology is actually the missing link to settle all the scalability, privacy, reliability concerns that come out of Internet of Things. Um, Anything that connects each other, anything that um, connects each other, anything that talks to each other, any connected vehicles, any connected appliances, all of these are an example of blockchains and Internet of Things. And the whole technology in itself is a disruptive technology, because today everything connects to the internet. In fact, tomorrow everything will connect to everything. So this is what somebody has artistically captured as an image of 2025 and beyond. Everything will be connected to everything, and each one will be its distributed database of its own self. And essentially, that is the silver bullet of the IT industry or the Internet of technology industry today. The good thing about the decentralized approach is it makes it having no single point of failure. It also makes it hard to intrude into because of uh, the resilient nature and the distributed nature of the technology itself. It is something that has cryptographic technologies of the day embedded as part and parcel of the technology, which makes it secure, which makes all the data private. That is part and parcel of this technology. So it's something that really will help enable enterprises, consumers connect to each other, connect their devices to each other with real-time access to the enterprise, real-time access to the data, real-time analytics, and everything that goes along with that. So there are several aspects of these blockchains, and I have depicted only a few of them. For example, today's documents and contracts are part of uh, either an email chain or a PDF document that gets circulated enough, and then you apply a certificate to it. It gets authenticated at various junctures, or you actually physically sign it and send across. Then it becomes a binding contract. Tomorrow's technologies, or rather they are in existence today, you can use a cryptographic certificate to attach your signature. That can be part of your contractual agreement with uh, either your vendor or your customer. Can bind yourself together. The document can be embedded, and that can tie up to any service or goods delivery that you are associated with. Uh, Collaborative transport is also another means of doing things tomorrow. It's like today you are renting cars. Tomorrow, if your car itself is free or not available for a certain period of time, it's not being used for a certain period of time, you can actually rent it out and become a collaborative part of the rental economy. We have seen today taxis uh, have changed through use of a disruptive technology, and we have got different people taking their own cars and becoming their own taxi drivers to take their economy and to have their avocation earn them some money, and in part-time avocations, and uh, that is how transport can be collaborative. So if you are not doing a full truckload or less than truckload, then you can actually rent that space to some other transport companies. You can collaborate a machine uh, with other enterprises when you are not using it, and so on and so forth. So all collaborative work can be done through these Internet of Things technologies, and it can be smart. So when a machine is not being used, it can send a signal to a collaborating partner. The collaborating partner can use it if they have need for an excess capacity. They will be able to use it. Um, Also, the thing is, the whole finance industry, whether it is payments and lending, whether it is all the revenue transactions or the cash transactions, all of that can be through a blockchain, and the whole contract can be tied to payment, and lending can be tied to a collaborative transports. If you see, all of these things are tying up each other through a blockchain, each having their own independent block address, as you can see, and each transacting with each other. Your inventory itself could be part of your contract, so with your vendor, which then can have sensors or RFIDs attached to each inventory, and whenever the inventory needs to be replenished with uh, a stock for your production of your data, raw materials, semi-finished products, you can send signal to the vendor. The vendor will immediately replenish as if it was a vendor managed inventory, and you can then get billed per the scheduling agreement or the contract that you have with the vendor, and the payment can also be part of the whole blockchain. So you can see that all these things put together can tie up the Internet of Things, which is adding smartness to your inventory, and a blockchain which actually does all the transactions together. Now, when the machine faults and has a fault, you can also tie up to a maintenance contract, and it can be a smart predictive maintenance also. So whole supply chain as a whole will tie up to each other through these two disruptive technologies, which is the use of blockchain and the Internet of Things together, complementing each other. Um, so if you were to ask me, how are the things put together, I have put together a three-tier architecture. So the first framework is the blockchain framework, which is the base of all these things talking to each other. Then there is a network overlay on top of the blockchain framework. There is a decentralized database or ledger, or a general ledger as we call it in the blockchain framework, which is shared um, with all the devices and all the entities that tie up to each other using the Internet of Things. And then there can be the third tier, wherein you have got commercial APIs or open source APIs tying up with the Internet of Things apps, and along with it the whole concept of data sharing across all of these entities is something that will make this solution proposition really unique. And that's what we have been doing with customers. We have been making smart inventory apps, smart finance apps, and I think these technologies will really help um, view the technology of the future, which is the combined technology of IoT and um, blockchain. Just to give you a brief of V3IT, we have been, this will be our 17th year in 2017 that we have been in operation. We have been a very dynamic, growing company. We have um, almost 500 consultants that we are working on various technologies, and the technology partners include almost all the technology leaders, the SAP, Oracle, Microsoft's, Cisco's, Dell's, IBM's, and we have been working with all these partners to help um, grow our revenue in the different industry verticals that we serve. And that's where the experience that we have gotten for the last 16, 17, or some of our colleagues have been working for 25 plus years. The experience is helping us build these blockchain and Internet of Things solutions, and hopefully we can be of assistance to you. With that, I think I'll open it up to any questions. Akshay, I did see some of the questions that were coming up, so we can certainly open it up to everybody for the questions.
Sure, Deepak. Thank you so much, first of all, and I'm very much sure this information was really useful. We do have a few questions here on the air, which I can go one by one, and just so you all know, if you have any additional questions, feel free to send those questions to info@v3it.com, and Deepak would be more than willing to answer those questions. But to begin with the questions, the first question which I have here for you, Deepak, is can you give us an idea of what software or technologies you are using to build these solutions?
A very good question. We have chosen the leading brands of the solutions that we have been using in the past 20 plus years that I have been associated, and I think the time that we started doing solutions with SAP HANA is when we thought about building this Internet of Things and blockchain solutions. In fact, all of the solutions that we have been developing for customers use SAP's technologies. but they are also using some IBM, Microsoft, and Oracle technologies as well. Primarily, the driving force behind the fast movement of the database has been the SAP technologies, primarily SAP HANA.
Thank you, Deepak. Second question, can you explain how the entire solution works in a bit more detail?
Absolutely. As I said, the blockchain platform is something that we have developed as a productized version of several open chain technologies. Of course, the blockchain technologies, as we all know, started with the Bitcoin framework. So we have taken that framework, used a lot of concepts that are there in the industry today. There are several um, um, miners and technologies that are out there in uh, primary blockchains or alt chains. We have used those technologies to build our blockchain framework. The distributed database is basically HANA and it's using the HANA technologies to actually transmit all these data into the distributed uh, uh, framework that has been spread across the distributed networks. So basically, it is a IoT device that pulls in all the database information into the distributed databases across the globe. We have cloud networks where we have subscribed to, or the customers have subscribed to, wherein we actually have these databases which are very fast in interacting with each other. So the speed of HANA is what we are using to transmit all these distributed ledgers and distributed networks. And the APIs are built on user technologies which include HTML5, which is also propagating the mobility framework. So basically, we have used again SAP's technology Fiori to use the mobility framework in HTML5. So these are the three layers. As I said, it is the three-tier technology that we are talking about. These are the three tiers which we have used in most of the solutions that we have worked with customers.
Thank you so much, Deepak. Now I have two more questions coming in from the audience, and I would rather combine those two questions. In one of the slides, you did talk about some of the practical examples. Now, would you mind sharing with the audience uh, regarding different industries where you have implemented these solutions and what kind of customer challenges you have encountered when working with these solutions?
Yeah, we have used different technologies uh, in the different industries, but primarily our solutions have catered to the manufacturing industry at the outset. The last year, I would say, I mean, 2015 and to 2016, we have been using this in government public sector solutions also. But primarily our solutions are geared towards the manufacturing industry. The kind of challenges that they were encountering were the speed of transmission of this data, and that is where um, the advent of HANA in the last 3-4 years and the technology and the speed that it brings to the table really has helped us propel this in a very correct direction through use of speed of HANA, and of course the HTML5 technology, which really enhances the user experience and the speed of HANA together, is what we have combined to develop all our blockchain and Internet of Things solutions.
Sure. And one last question is, when you do plan these solutions or when you do propose these solutions to the customers, how do you consider the timelines or the duration of such solutions to be put in place?
Yeah, the whole concept is here. Whenever the project is kicked off on a small proof of concept, the proof of concept can end up anywhere between 1 to 2 weeks. That's how short the time frame is, and then the actual deployment can go anywhere between 4 to 6 to 12 weeks. That is the maximum we have encountered, because these are solutions that are um, dire needs of the enterprises that are approaching us for such kind of solutions. But now having a standardized blockchain framework and having an approach to creating an API in the similar manner for the different IoTs that we have created helps us propel this in a very short time frame. So we are talking about very short time frame projects with agile methodologies to deploy these and bring them to the market, bring them to fruition.
Sure, Deepak. Thank you so much. Well, I don't have any more questions. I'm very sure this whole conversation might have helped and have might have given the audience a much more deeper look into the IoTs and the blockchains. And as I have said earlier, if there are any more questions, those can be sent to info@v3it.com. So with this, we wrap up this meeting. And any closing comments, Deepak?
No, thank you very much, and certainly feel free to get in touch with us. We'll be glad to help you in any which way that can help you propel your projects and take it to fruition. So thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.